welcome to yet another interesting edition of Let's Relate with Amo. I remain your darling host, Victoria Yohimba. With me here is a father, mentor, financial guru. He's also an accountant, and he's going to be taking us on financial transparency in marriage. Make welcome, Mr. Mark Peters. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
So he's going to take us on financial transparency in marriage. So over to you, sir.
Thank you very much once again. Financial transparency in marriage is very, very important because marriage is supposed to be built on trust. And if there's no financial transparency in marriage, the trust is broken. Now, when two couples come together and have agreed to get married, when they get married, they are supposed to sit down and discuss issues concerning their finances. As in, what do they want their finance to be in the future? What is their plan? What is the vision they have as a couple in respect to their finances? When that is spelled out, they now have to look at what do they need to do to meet the vision which they have in mind concerning their finances. How are they going to save in getting that goal? Now, if the man is working and the woman is working, as both couples are working, they want to say, okay, out of our monthly income, how much will you save and how much will I save to make this a reality? If only one of them is working, they're also going to have a plan. Okay, I'm the only person working. Now, how do we achieve this goal we have to meet in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years? They have to spell that out for the planning. Once that is done, now, how are we going to do this? They need to have an account. And the account is advisable to have a joint account where the husband and the wife should be a signatory to those accounts so that they all know what is happening in that account at the same time. Now, I always advise, fine, it's better, let the two of them have the alerts. Possibly, if the husband has the phone, the wife has the email. If the husband has the email, the wife has his phone. Yes, it's integrity, the two of them are one. It's very difficult for a woman to come out nude in front of a man. It's very difficult, yes. But for she to do that with her husband, then that of finance should not be anything difficult. Yes, so the both of them need to monitor whatever happens in that account and they keep saving it there. If there's anything that needs to be done outside that, the consent of the two has to be brought in order to make that happen. I think if this is done, they will be able to achieve a sustainable financial plan in the long run and also in the short run, and it will keep their marriage working.
Okay, thank you so much. If there's something I heard you say about joint accounts, and for some couples, they might not really want that. So what do you have to say about couples having joint account just to prove financial transparency in marriage? Is there no other way to do that rather than have a joint account?
Okay. If now, for reason, what would be the reason for the couples not wanting to have a joint account? If there is trust. If a man trusts his wife and the wife trusts the husband, there will not be anything to hide. Yes, there will not be anything to hide. Like me, for one, I trust my wife with everything that I have when it comes to finance. If there's trust between the two of them, they do everything together. Why will the joint account now become a problem?
Okay.
Because by the time they start having individual account, there is no trust. It means each of them has something to hide.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've heard our guest today. Trust is actually a key factor to financial transparency in marriage. And again, there's another thing I would like for you to share more light on. Okay. For people who have a space for spending, their extravagance in spending. Let's say you marry your wife and then you notice she has this spending on impulse. Once there's money, she keeps spending and spending. So you've spoken to her countless times and then it's still not changing. It's like an addiction or something. What will you do? What's the control measure to check that she doesn't finish the whole life savings of the family?
Yes, actually, there are people who doesn't see money. once they see money, they want to spend it completely. But I believe you will not notice that. You are not just noticing that. You should have noticed that before the two of you get married. So if you notice that is an habit, number one, it's a prayer point for you as a husband. Even after talking to her, you have to bring in the Holy Spirit. Pray. But while praying, there are several ways joint account operates. In that case, to put a measure, the both of you must sign at the same time to access the fund. So in that case, you have control. She cannot spend without your knowing, and you cannot spend without her knowing. So any check she's raising, you'll be able to know what are you using this money for, what purpose are you using it for. So in that case, there will be control as the funds that people have in the
Okay,
account.
thank you so much. Thank you. We have 3 questions here from our viewers online. I'll read the first one. It says, before I married my husband, I was working in a bank and earning enough money for myself. He asked me to stop working, that's resign. But now he complains about money anytime I need it. Should I go look for another job?
Wow. In our present society, I know that women, they don't like to just be a housewife, not working.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
for a woman to submit to her husband's will, to resign from a better job, it means she loves the husband.
That's true.
But now, the husband is still the head of the home. Maybe he has his own reason for wanting her to stop working.
Okay.
So which I believe before she take that decision to stop working, they must have discussed this. Now, if she not meeting her demands again, probably the expenses is getting high and his income is not meeting them. So at least something she needs to put up on the table for them to discuss. What is the problem? Is it that my demands are becoming too high, or your income or the situation of the economy has affected your income that you're no longer meeting my demands? Because if she go and look for a job without the husband knowing and decide to work, it's definitely going to bring a problem in the marriage.
Okay.
Because she still must have to submit to the will of her husband.
Okay, thank you very much. So if you ask the first question, here's the solution. You need to talk to your husband about it and then find a way to solve that problem. I have the last question. My fiancé is very stingy. I think this for a single person. My fiancé is very stingy and won't give me money or gift till I ask. Should I go on with this engagement?
Yeah, this is a very funny question, or a selfish question, I would say. Yes, you see, there are a lot of things people are missing. As a girl, you don't depend on your fiancé for anything. That is why you see most girls, they get into a relationship for a period of time, they get dumped, and the man picks over his life. Because immediately she meets somebody, she puts all her life desire on that person. The person is not her checkbook, nor her ATM card. As a woman, in fact, it's such girls that make women not to have value in the society. Any relationship that is kept on finance gets crashed along the line. So let's the man love her the way he is. The finance are gifts. If the gifts come, good and fine. But if they don't come, good and fine. But she's depending on the gifts to marry the man. She's making a problem. She's making a very great mistake because the gift will not always come.
Okay, thank you so much. But I want to add to what you've said, and from my own understanding of this question, I feel she's trying to express the fact that the fiancé does not express love in giving, because the Bible says, for God so loved the world, he gave. And a true expression of love is giving. If there is a relationship and there is no giving, I'm talking about giving of time, giving of attention, giving everything, totality. You cannot be in love with someone and not for once give. Do you understand? So I feel she's had it to here and she has to express herself. Some people are born stingy. There is nothing. They get so stingy that they do it to themselves, and then they die and leave properties, and then government inherits it or something. But here's the thing. I feel she should express it by being an example to this person, buying gifts. You can buy gifts the first time, the second time, and keep a pace for him. Show him this is how they do it. And then if he doesn't pick up, you talk to him. If he still doesn't change, I don't think such person will want to take care of you when he gets married to you. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, it all depends. You see, now the context of giving, maybe the person didn't clarify it very well. It's broad, like I say. There are some that in the context of giving, they want the man to take the responsibility of making their hair all through the relationship. Yes. Of buying their clothes. Yes, seriously. I quite agree with you. There are people that are stingy even to themselves. I've seen quite a number of them. You'll be able to tell that this person has 1 million naira in his account. No, because it doesn't show. It doesn't show. You understand? It doesn't show. But what I'm trying to say in essence is this. If she's looking at that relationship to be built on money, no. But that was said earlier on, that she has to look at other aspects of the man's life. If that is his nature, then it's something she needs to talk it out with the man and make him understand that love is sharing, and anything you cannot share is not love. Because for you to love somebody, you have to give out something, your feeling, which is even more precious than the money you have.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
So if I can share my feeling with you, why can't I not share my resources with you? You understand? But the ladies, to beware, there are so many ladies that they don't love you. The love they see in you is the resources that you have. Yes, and that is why you see these days most men get skeptical, so that the lady will not see that, okay, he can only use my money to love me.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So that is why you see some men, even if they have, you ask, why do you really need this thing?
Yes.
But this is a research you need to do on our own.
Yes.
About the man to know if it is nature or he's just doing it for some certain reason to protect the relationship.
Yeah.
And when they have that discussion and she discovered that he's naturally that kind of person, then she will have difficulties in their marriage.
Thank you so much. Money. Yeah. Money. There's this adage that say money no they join two people together. But when it comes to marriage, your money is my money is your money. That is it. So thank you so much. Thank you. We really appreciate having you on the show. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot, and I hope you've learned a lot too on financial transparency in marriage. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, viewers, and keep a date with us next time on Let's Relate with Amo. Bye-bye.